Welcome back to the channel where we discuss everything low code, no code, AI, and automation. Are you tired of juggling multiple tools like Airtable, Zapier, and a dozen other apps just to keep your business running? What if you could replace all of these with one powerful system? Today, I'm going to show you how to do just that with a tool called Knack. What is Knack? It's an all-in-one platform that combines everything that you need: a database to store and organize your information, automation or flows to streamline repetitive tasks, forms to collect and manage data, and to round it off, a web app builder to create custom solutions without writing any code. It's designed for agencies, consultants, and service-based businesses that want to operate efficiently without the hassle of integrating multiple tools. So what are you going to learn in this video? You're going to get a breakdown of Knack's core features, how it stacks up against other tools like Airtable and Zapier, and we'll show you some real-world use cases for freelancers, consultants, and agencies. Okay, so we've landed at Knack.com, and today I'm going to give a complete overview of this product, and specifically, we're going to drill into the four major components of the Knack product. But by the end of this, you'll have a really good understanding of how Knack can help you in your business or agency build powerful app solutions, databases, and much, much more. So we're going to look at the four major components of Knack today. We're going to look at their databases. These are structured, relational databases that are much more powerful than a simple spreadsheet. We're going to look at their flows or automations, so you can automate tasks without third-party tools right within the Knack product. We're going to look at forms and how you can collect and automate data right into your database. And then finally, we're going to look at the web app builder, which is a no-code UI builder to create client portals, dashboards, and so much more. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and log in. If you haven't created an account, you can create one for free. And here we are at our account dashboard. We can create a new app with generative AI from a prompt. You could start with one of their many templates for your business. You can also import your data if you have your data elsewhere and you want to bring it into Knack. I created the custom CRM from a template, and I did a little bit of setup before this video to show you how some of the tables and fields work. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click this wrench here to get right into my app. We'll see right here, because in the first part of this video, we're going to look at their database and how you can structure your database and make related fields and show you how powerful this database is. So I have four tables here. I have a contacts table, a notes table, an orders table, and a products table. I also have two different user roles, which were created automatically when I installed this template. As you can see here, in my contacts table, I have a ton of different fields. So we can actually move these around. We can add a field. And if we add a field here, take a look at all the different fields that Knack makes available to add to our database. So we have everything from short text to rich text to formulas to numbers to currencies to equations to math to multiple choice to date and time to file uploads, contact information, address, and the list goes on. What's really powerful here is that you can connect to other tables in your database and make relationships between your data, which is super, super cool. If we hover over here to record rows, we can see all of the records in this table. So this is our contacts table. We have their name, their lead source, the date of initial contact, their business, their address, their title, the status, whether it's a lead, a win, a proposal, the website, LinkedIn profile, and the list goes on. We also have our notes, so we can keep updated information about our customer. And then I created two tables here. I created the orders table and the products table because I want to show you how you can use Knack to relate data to each other. So in this order table here, I have a couple different column fields. I have a name for the order, and then I have an order ID, which is an auto incrementing ID. And then I have two connections here to our contact table and our products table. So each order will have a contact, and of course, the order will come from our product list. So if we click into the contact, for instance, we can see that we have this contact field, and then it has a relationship here. So each order has one contact because one person makes an order, and each contact can have many orders. So we can create these really powerful connections here so we can relate our tables together. If we go into our products as well, we could see that products have a name, a price, and an order. Now I kept this very simple. Of course, you would probably have many more fields for a real product, but what I want to show you here is that whenever you have a connection to your order, it can look this up automatically. So each product contains one order, and each order contains many products. So let's give this a try. Let's go ahead and go into orders, and we have our record rows. Let's go ahead and create a new order or a new record. So we can imagine this is somebody on our team creating a new order. We can call this widget 2, for instance, who ordered this? Let's just say our customer Sally Jane ordered it. And what product did they want? They wanted widget 1. We only have one product. If we had multiple products, you could certainly choose these here and add all these products to the order. So as you can see, you can have these separate tables that are distinct, but also related to each other. This can get very complex and you can do as much or a little as you want, but I wanted to show you how powerful the database side of things are before we move on to the flows, which really show you how you can automate data. Okay, so let's move on to the flows and show you how this all works. Okay, we're going to jump over to flows now. Now we're still in our app. We're within the data table part of our app. We just need to navigate here in the left-hand pane to the flows tab. Now, if you're anything like me, you're super excited about flows because you've used multiple tools to connect different apps together. And this could be great, but there's also lots of downsides to using third-party tools. 1, it can be expensive. 2, there's lots of different opportunities for the app to break. But Knack solves all of that by creating flows right within the Knack app. You can connect to different Knack actions as well as third-party apps, and there's lots of different apps that you can choose from. I'll show you some of that. We're going to go ahead and create a flow from scratch so you can see how easy it is to get this all set up. So I'm going to go ahead and click this button. And there's essentially 2 parts to a flow. There's a trigger and an action. A trigger is what starts the flow, and then an action is what happens after the trigger has started. So let's go ahead and add our first trigger. As I mentioned earlier, they have a ton of different apps. So whether you're using Knack or Slack or Constant Contact or Dalo or different email service providers, they've really got you covered. Let's go ahead and choose Knack though, just to show you how easy this is. So next thing we need to do is choose an event to trigger our flow. Okay, so we have some options here. We can do record created, updated, deleted, or a form submitted, which we'll get to in a little bit. But let's go ahead and do record created. And then we choose our custom CRM. This is the only app we have. If we had multiple apps, we could choose which app we want to connect this flow to. And then the additional parameters. So we have to choose a table. So within our app, we have a bunch of different tables. We're going to go ahead and choose orders. So what we want to have happen here is when a new order is created, we want something to happen. Okay, so let's go ahead and click continue. And before we get on to the action step, I just want to show you conditions here. I'm not going to build a condition, but this is super powerful. It allows you to filter your flow based on certain conditions. So say, for example, we had an order over $50. We want one thing to happen. If it's under $50, we want another thing to happen. We can have lots of different conditions, and you can build really powerful automations with these conditions. I'm not going to build this out, but I just wanted to show you that it was here. Okay, so now we have when a record is created in our orders table, we want something to happen. And for this example, what we want to do is we're going to want to send a notification to our Slack channel so our team can know when a new order comes in. This would be really helpful. So I'm going to go ahead and click this, and then we want to choose our app. Let's go ahead and choose Slack. And what do we want to have it do? We can send a message to a public channel. We can find users. We can invite users. Yeah, we just want to send a message to a public channel. I've already connected my Slack. If you haven't connected, it's just a one-click connect. I'm just going to go ahead and choose this and then hit continue. Okay, so here we go. I can choose my channel in Slack. Since I've already connected my Slack, I can see all of my different channels. I'm just going to send this to the marketing channel. Thread ID is optional. We'll go ahead and leave that blank. We can have a message here. So this is really cool. You can actually pass through data from the order. So Knack record created, we can say name, just placed an order. And we can say for, and what we can actually do is put the product ID in here and so on and so forth. So you can actually string together a message however you would like, whatever's best for your use case. And once you're done with that, you can just go ahead and click save and you're all good to go. This is completely set up. This is a pretty basic example, but hopefully it gives you a really good idea of how powerful this is. Previously, you would have to use Zapier for something like this, and you have to have a Zapier account, a Zapier subscription. There's lots of areas this could break down. So I love that this is all built in right within Knack. Not only does it save you time, it saves you money. So you can just go ahead and hit start. Once this is on, it'll be up and running anytime there is a new order process. This is going to run this automation. You can actually take a look at the flow log. We don't have anything in here now, but you'd be able to see all the logs of everything that happened. You'd also be able to check out all of your analytics for the flow. Super, super powerful. Okay, so that's flows in a nutshell. Hopefully it's super powerful and it gives you an idea of different types of things that you can build with Knack flows. Next up, we're going to move to forms and show you how you can use forms to collect data and put it right into your app. Okay, so now that we covered flows, we're going to move on to the next step, which is forms. And forms are super powerful because you can collect data from internal or external users. And I hope you're starting to get the picture that between forms, flows, your data, and your views, which will show you, you can build these really complex, powerful apps all within Knack. Okay, so to get the forms, let's go ahead to our pages. And because we created this app from a template, there's all these different pages available to us. And pages are essentially where internal or external users can interact with our data. And forms are a great way to do that because it allows users to enter data in an efficient way. It's a lot easier to fill out a form than it is to enter data into a table. So what we have here is within this sales rep leads view, we have this add contact form. And if we click the pencil to edit our form, we can see that we can actually completely edit this form. So we could, decide what fields are exposed. If we want to delete the address from the form, so we can make it super simple and streamlined for a rep to enter in the information, we can do that. We can remove, let's say, the LinkedIn profile of the website. Now, this isn't removing fields from our database. It's just removing fields from our form. So we can quickly edit our form. We can click save. I want to show you some other things here. When we click edit the form, we can take a look at some of the different settings. Like we can change the call to action button on our submit text, the copy on our form reload text. We can add payments to our form. So if we were collecting payments from our customer, we could add a payment button on our form, which is super powerful. We can come back here. We could take a look at our different inputs. So we are connected to the contact table here. So we can add all the different fields that are in our contact database right into this form. I've sort of slimmed this down to make it as easy as possible to enter a new contact. And then later on, you could always add additional information. But I just want to show you how you can customize these forms to really suit your needs. Coming back here, we can also do actions and rules. So we can take a look at submit actions. So when someone completes this form, we can have different things happen. We can show a link to reload the form. We can automatically reload the form, and we can add all kinds of different rules. Okay, so forms are really great because we can collect data from internal or external users. They're super customizable. And then you can actually connect them to flows, and I'll show you how that works. So let's go ahead and preview this form. We'll go ahead and save and continue. And let's go ahead and add a new customer here. Oh, we have to log in. We're going to log in with this test account, rep@test.com, and the password is test because this is a password protected page. Okay, so we're now in our app. We can add a name. We'll say Art West. We can say the industry is marketing. Let's just do that. We can give a rating to the customer and it's a lead. Okay, so let's go ahead and submit this. We'll stop the preview. Let's go back to our data and just check to make sure that this is here. We can go to record rows, and here I am, Art West, industry marketing, status lead. So it worked. We have this powerful form that connects to our database. We could take it a step further. If we go to flows, we can create a new flow from scratch. I'm going to kind of go through this quickly because we already looked at flows. We can add a trigger. We can do Knack. And check this out. We can actually make the trigger form submitted. So as you can imagine, this gets super powerful. Depending on criteria in the form, you can have it go through different flows. Okay, so let's go ahead and choose our contacts table, hit continue. And now we can take a look at our different page IDs. So these correspond with pages over here. So sales rep, leads, add contact. That's what we just did. So let's go ahead and choose that. We can hit save. And now this is connected. We can actually go into conditions and we can add a condition. For instance, if somebody was a marketing lead, we might want to send them to a specific sales rep. If they were a sales customer, we might want to send them to somewhere else. So we can say if the industry equals marketing. Okay, exactly. We can hit save. So in this case, somebody fills out the form. If the industry is marketing, then we can do a myriad of number of things. We could assign that lead to a specific person within our app. We could send a Slack message to that user. We could, update another record within an app. And really, there's a ton of different options, but I want to show you how you can get really granular and you can connect forms to your flows to really control and throttle your data to wherever you want within the app. Again, I love how you can do different conditions. So, if an industry is a specific thing, then you could send it a certain way. Now, the other thing that you could do here, if an invoice is marked as paid, then you could send the customer a receipt through email. So there's a ton of different options. The power of forms with flows is amazing, and all the data goes right into your Knack database. Okay, so the last part I want to show you here is the web app builder. It's a no-code UI builder. You can create clients portals, dashboards, and so much more. We looked a bit earlier here with the forms, but let's take a deep dive into pages and show you how this all works. Okay, so we started by showing you the data. Then we went into the flows. We showed you how you could create custom forms that interact with the flows. And the last thing I want to show you are the pages, which is really a no-code UI builder that you can extend to both your internal and your external users. Now, we took a look at this a little bit already, but these are the different pages within our app. And because we started from a template, there's a bunch of different pages already connected for us. These pages can look like different things. They can look like forms. They can look like reports. They can look like views. For instance, we have the add a contact lead right here, which we just edited. We have a dashboard for adding a note. We have a dashboard for creating a new order internally. We have a report for sales one by rep, and the list goes on. But let's go ahead and create one from scratch to show you how we can potentially visualize our orders or our customers here for this app. So let's go ahead and hit this plus button. We'll hit a new public page, and let's just call this orders report. Okay, we can add our page. And just like before, we have all these different components or elements that we can add to the page. It could be a form, it could be a grid. We're going to go ahead and use these reports here so we can build an internal report of both our users and our orders. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and choose pie chart. And again, right when we choose pie chart, it exposes the different tables in our database. So for this one, let's go ahead and choose orders. We can call this orders. We can add a report. And right when we do this, we can actually drill down into our data as much or as little as we want. So let's just say we wanted to filter our orders by the products, and we only have one product, which is widget one. So we're going to see all of these here, but we can go ahead and click save. And now we get this really nice pie chart here that shows us our product orders of widgets. If we had multiple products, you could show just one product or multiple products in different views, depending on how you wanted to display your data. Now, if you remember earlier, we added a new customer, which was me, who was a marketing lead. Let's just say you wanted to create a table that only showed the marketing leads. You could easily do that here in this report. So let's go ahead and add a view. We can do a line chart for this one. Right here, we could do contacts. We can call this contacts just the same. We can hit add report. And now we can filter records. So what we can do is we can pick from our industry is marketing. Now we should only have one if this works correctly. Let's go ahead and hit save. Yep, and look at this. So we can actually see our contacts broken out by industry. In this case, marketing. We're only seeing one. Art West is in the marketing. If there were multiple contacts that were in the marketing industry, we'd be able to see them all here and have this really nice internal report. So as you can see, your imagination is really the limit for building reports and pages with this UI. You could build forms, you could build dashboards, you could build different views. And there's really so much that you can do with custom pages. It's all no code, so you can really spin up reports for any single use case. Okay, so now that we've built out the pages, I want to show you what this actually looks like from an end user's perspective. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this Go to Live App button here, and we can see this really nice polished front end app that both our sales rep and our sales managers can interact with. Let's go ahead and log in as a sales rep here, just see what this looks like. So I can see my current task here, which is my dashboard. I can see my completed tasks. I can see my leads. So these are all the leads that are assigned to me as a sales rep. I can enter a new order, say order 3. I can choose the customer, and I can choose the products. I can submit the order. I can look at my proposals, customers 1. And this is really nice UI that makes for a really good experience for the sales rep in this case, or whatever it might be for your use case. We can also take a look at a calendar, and we've built all these different views. Actually, they were auto-built for us because we chose a template. Let me go ahead and log out, and I'll go ahead and log in as a manager. So this is just manager. at test.com and the password's test. And the manager has a completely different view. So you can really build these custom interactive portals depending on the specific role. So as a manager, I can see the sales reps that are assigned to me. I can see all the contacts. I can edit my sales rep, change their name, change their email, who their manager is. Right now, I'm logged in as Susie Williams, so it's me. If I change this to someone else, if I had another manager, then when I went back to my sales reps, I would no longer see them here. So again, very, very interactive. I can search by contacts. I can look at my order report. All this kind of stuff is very visually aesthetic and pleasing and really easy to build. And it really brings your application to life for whoever is using it, whether it be an internal employee, an external stakeholder, a customer, or you have it. So really the possibilities are infinite. You can customize everything from the images to the colors, to the views, to the fields that are exposed to the end user, and so much more. Okay, so that wraps up our overview of the Knack Builder. I hope you found it helpful. There are so many different use cases for both freelancers, agencies, and consultants. For example, if you're a freelance web designer, you could use Knack to manage your leads, your projects, and your payments. If you're a marketing agency, you could build a client reporting dashboard without expensive custom development. Or if you're a business consultant, you can automate your onboarding and your client document storage all within one app. And the best part here is that you have a total control of cost of ownership. And there's definitely a competitive advantage over using Knack versus multiple tools like Airtable, Zapier, and a third-party form tool, all of which cost money and you have to integrate together with complex workflows and workarounds. Knack makes it all possible under one hood, and the cost of using Knack is much less than using all of these tools together. Plus, you can have unlimited users interact with your Knack dashboard or your forms or your reports, all for one low monthly cost. I hope this video was helpful. I hope you check out Knack. Check it out in the description below. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. And if you like this video, subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any other videos like this one. All right, thank you so much.